Welcome, friends. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and join a community of collectors, history lovers, and treasure hunters who aren't afraid to explore the stories hidden in the smallest of objects. Today, I want to take you on a journey that's going to make you look at coins in a completely different way. What I'm about to show you is more than metal and minting, it's a window into history, a symbol of ingenuity, and for some, a ticket to unimaginable fortune. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that's over 45 years old. Not just any coin, but one that represents a country in a time of change, a nation whose story is told in gold, silver, and copper. You see, coins are not just currency, they're history you can hold, a tangible connection to moments that shaped the world. They've passed through countless hands, traveled countless miles, and yet some remain hidden, tucked away in drawers, forgotten jars, or between the pages of old books. Now, let's take a closer look at one of the most fascinating coins from South Africa, minted in 1975, a simple 5-cent coin. At first glance, it might seem ordinary. A small piece of metal, a few centimeters across, probably overlooked by most collectors. But this coin has a story, and that story is what turns a simple piece of currency into a treasure. In the mid-1970s, South Africa was undergoing a period of significant change. Coins were minted not just as a means of trade but as a way to reflect national identity, pride, and craftsmanship. The 1975 5-cent coin carries the symbol of a country that was simultaneously looking back at its traditions and forward to its future. The design is subtle, precise, and elegant, a reflection of an era when even the smallest coins were crafted with purpose and detail. For many, these coins were everyday objects, unnoticed in pockets or purses. Yet, in the eyes of collectors today, they are pieces of history, frozen in time. What makes this coin so captivating is not just its age, but the rarity and the story behind its creation. Unlike modern coins, where millions are minted every year, some editions from the 1970s were produced in much smaller quantities. Some coins never made it into circulation due to minting errors, limited releases, or simply being kept aside for collectors. These anomalies, small as they may seem, are what transform a common coin into an extraordinary find. Collectors often talk about the thrill of the hunt, that adrenaline rush when you stumble upon a coin that few others have seen. For the 1975 South African 5 cents, that thrill comes from knowing that each coin carries the marks of its journey. Perhaps it spent decades tucked away in an old wallet, or maybe it rested quietly in a dusty drawer in a house that hadn't been opened for years. Each scratch, each imperfection, adds to its character, a silent witness to decades of history. But what really draws collectors, especially those who have spent years chasing the rarest treasures, is knowing the coin's potential. You see, some coins are more than history, they're investments. And this particular coin is one that has captured the attention of enthusiasts around the world. Why? Because it's extremely rare. Only a handful of specimens are known to exist in pristine condition, and those that do appear are highly sought after. Serious collectors know that rarity plus historical significance equals value. Think about it. A coin that fits comfortably in the palm of your hand could be worth more than a luxury car, more than a dream vacation, more than most people will ever spend in a lifetime. It's a strange feeling, holding something so small and realizing that it carries the weight of millions of dollars in potential value. This isn't a fairy tale, it's the reality of numismatics, the world of coin collecting, where the right piece at the right time can change fortunes. Over the years, coins like this one have made headlines for their incredible sales. Stories abound of collectors who discovered long-forgotten treasures in the most unexpected places: an old purse, a dusty drawer, or even a box of coins bought at a garage sale. They walked away with sums that would make even the most seasoned investors jealous. And it's all because they recognized the coin for what it truly is: a piece of history, a rare artifact, and a potential goldmine. But here's what makes the 1975 South African 5-cent coin even more intriguing. Unlike gold or silver coins that have intrinsic material value, this coin's power lies in its scarcity and story. Its journey through time, the limited mintage, and the fact that few examples have survived in pristine condition all converge to create something extraordinary. It's not just money, it's a legacy, a symbol of what careful collecting and a keen eye can uncover. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. It's just a small coin. Could it really be worth that much? The answer might surprise you. In the rarest and most perfect conditions, this coin has achieved what most collectors only dream of. We're talking about a value that is simply staggering, enough to make even seasoned investors stop and reconsider the treasures they overlook in their own homes. For those who love stories of hidden treasure, history, and the thrill of discovery, the 1975 South African 5-cent coin is a perfect example. It reminds us that sometimes, the most valuable things come in the smallest packages. It's a lesson in patience, in knowledge, and in the power of paying attention to the details others dismiss. And for men who appreciate craftsmanship, history, and legacy, this coin represents a connection to the past that's as tangible as it is thrilling. So, for anyone who has ever wondered whether a simple coin could be worth more than their wildest dreams, the answer is right here. After decades of quiet existence, this tiny piece of South African history has been recognized for the treasure it truly is. And in a world where so much seems fleeting and disposable, it's remarkable to think that something so small can carry such enormous value. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, the astonishing truth about this coin. That humble 1975 South African 5 cents, so often overlooked, can fetch an incredible $4.3 million in the right hands, in the right condition. Yes, you heard that right, millions, not thousands. It's a testament to the enduring allure of rare coins and the stories they tell, and a reminder that sometimes, history rewards those who notice the details others miss. So, next time you come across a coin, don't dismiss it. It might be worth more than you ever imagined. And remember, for more stories like this, for discoveries, insights, and treasures waiting to be uncovered, hit that subscribe button now and never miss an opportunity to explore the fascinating world of numismatics with us. You never know, you could be holding the next $4.3 million coin in your hands.
Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on the stories behind rare and fascinating coins that might be hiding right in your drawers or old collections. Today, I'm taking you on a journey into a small bronze piece from the southern tip of Africa, a coin many people have seen, many have held, but very few have ever truly appreciated. And if you're a gentleman in your mid-50s to mid-60s, this one might stir up old memories. Memories of simpler times, family travels, pocket money, or the thrill of collecting something that felt like history itself. Picture this. It's 1980. The world is shifting in new ways. Technology is starting to sprout into something bigger, but most people still live life with a steady rhythm. Newspapers, radios, weekend markets, fishing trips, and the kind of craftsmanship you could trust without thinking twice. Now imagine someone handing you a small bronze coin, warm from their hand, the South African 5 cents of that year. You might not think much of it in that moment. It's just a coin you'd toss into a pocket, a jar, or maybe a wooden drawer. But that humble piece of metal carries a story far richer than its face value ever suggested. The South African 5 cents coin from 1980 was crafted during a time when everyday currency still had a kind of dignity to it. The coin is a neat blend of simplicity and beauty. On the one side, you'd find the familiar image of the blue crane, one of South Africa's most graceful birds. Its slender form, long legs, and calm posture weren't chosen by accident. It represented elegance, heritage, and the quiet resilience of the nation. Anyone who ever held this coin remembers the bird first, the way it seemed to stand, frozen in a moment of peace. Flip it over, and you are greeted by the South African coat of arms used at that time. Strong lines, classic heraldry, the kind of design that tells you the coin wasn't just made, It was crafted with intention. The inscription frames it all with confidence. Back then, designs weren't competing with flashy colors or modern gimmicks. Everything depended on precision, symbolism, and pride. But here's what many people never realize. Coins like this were more than currency. They were pieces of history pressed into metal, traveling through thousands of hands and pockets, carrying stories across time. Think of how many people held one of these in 1980. Workers heading home after a long day, kids saving for candy or marbles, travelers passing through airports, men sitting at kitchen tables separating change into piles, planning budgets, or getting ready for the weekend. Every scratch, every nick, every slight fading on the surface wasn't damage. It was evidence of life. And if you're somewhere between 55 and 65, there's a good chance you remember that feeling. That era when coins had weight. When buying something with spare change actually felt meaningful. When the world wasn't racing as fast as it does today. This little 5 cents coin anchors you right back to those moments. When you could sit on a quiet afternoon, fiddle with a few coins in your hand, and think about the simple things in life. Collectors today look at coins like this not only for rarity, but for the emotion they carry. The craftsmanship, the history, the nostalgia, these things matter. But sometimes, a coin becomes special for reasons beyond design or minting numbers. Sometimes a coin becomes valuable because a rare variant appears, or because one specific piece has a condition so exceptional that it stands out from the millions minted. And that's where the real magic happens. You see, the 1980 South African 5 cents coin is normally a modest piece. Common, familiar, passed around without a second thought for years. But among the enormous quantity produced, a few extremely rare specimens stand out. Coins preserved in pristine condition, untouched by circulation, kept safe for decades. Maybe they were stored by a collector who understood what others overlooked. Maybe they were tucked away in a drawer and forgotten until time itself made them precious. Whatever the story, those rare pieces now command astonishing interest. The older you are, the more you understand this truth. Time transforms ordinary things into treasures. Imagine holding a coin from your younger years that has survived 4 decades without a single fingerprint smudge or a scratch from sliding across countertops. Imagine that piece, flawless and gleaming like the day it was minted, finally resurfacing. Collectors see such a coin not as pocket change, but as a time capsule, a perfect window into 1980. And that is why the right 5 cents coin from that year, the exceptionally preserved kind, can reach values that no one back then would have ever believed. Now think about this for a moment. If you're watching this, there's a chance you still have some old coins tucked away somewhere. A dust-covered tin, a small box, a set of drawers that hasn't been opened in years. Maybe one of those coins is a reminder of your younger days, or maybe it's something you don't recognize anymore. But that's the beauty of collecting. You never truly know what's waiting until you take another look. People often underestimate the value of what they've kept all these years. Not everything becomes rare, that's true. But some items from the past, when preserved in just the right way, turn into something remarkable. And when it comes to the 1985 cents from South Africa, one of those rare top-grade examples has reached a value that leaves people stunned. As we come to the end of this journey into the past, let me tell you the number you've been waiting for. A top-quality, exceptionally preserved, rare specimen of the 1980 South African 5 cents coin has been valued as high as $5,400. Yes, that small bronze coin, the one you could once buy a sweet or a newspaper with, can now command up to that amount in perfect condition. Before we dive in, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the fascinating stories behind coins and collectibles that could change your life. Now, I want you to imagine holding a piece of history in the palm of your hand, a coin that has survived decades, telling a story far richer than its tiny size might suggest. Today, we're exploring a coin that's not just a piece of currency. It's a doorway to the past, a symbol of a nation's history, and yes, potentially a treasure that could make you rethink the change in your pocket. This is the 1982 South African 5 cents coin featuring John Forster. Now, some of you may remember Forster, a man whose name carries weight in South Africa's history. This coin was minted during a turbulent period in the country's journey, and every detail on it tells a story. From the bold numerals to the carefully crafted imagery, each coin is a miniature piece of art, a reflection of the era it was born in. But what makes this coin truly captivating isn't just its appearance. It's the story it carries across decades, through generations, and yes, through the hands of collectors around the world. You may be wondering why a 5-cent coin from 1982 could capture attention today. Let me tell you, coins like this are more than just metal. They are historical artifacts. They hold secrets, memories, and in some cases, real monetary value that surprises even seasoned collectors. Imagine walking into a room full of collectors, holding this coin up, and watching their eyes light up with recognition. That's the kind of power a coin like this commands. Every coin has a journey, and this one is no exception. From the minting facilities of South Africa in the early 1980s to the hands of people who used it daily to buy bread, milk, or perhaps a cup of coffee, it has seen life in a way few objects do. Unlike banknotes that are tossed, shredded, or worn to unrecognizability, coins endure. They bear witness to history, political changes, economic shifts, cultural transformations, and this coin is no different. Its small size belies its significance. Collectors often tell stories about the thrill of the hunt, and the 1982 5-cent Forster coin is a prime example. Finding one in pristine condition today is no easy feat. Many have been lost, worn, or melted down over the years. This rarity, combined with the historical significance, is exactly what makes it appealing. There's an unspoken respect among collectors for coins that have survived in excellent condition, and this one checks those boxes. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Coins like this are not just for history buffs, they're for investors too. You see, the market for collectible coins has been steadily growing, and rare examples from South Africa, especially those tied to notable figures like Forster, have seen remarkable appreciation over time. This is not just a collectible, it's a potential asset, one that carries with it decades of history and a story that few modern coins can match. Now, let's talk about the design for a moment, because every detail was intentional. The choice of metal, the embossing of numbers, the portrait of Forster, all of it was designed to convey a sense of authority and continuity. For collectors, these details are crucial. They can determine rarity, authenticity, and ultimately, value. A sharp eye will notice the subtle variations in minting, the precise lettering, and the condition of the coin's surface. These are the things that make a coin not just valuable, but extraordinary. And if you think about it, there's something deeply satisfying about holding history in your hand. Imagine running your fingers over a coin that has survived wars, social upheaval, economic crises, and political change. Each scratch, each mark, is a testament to its journey. It's almost as if the coin itself is whispering stories from a different time, giving us a tangible link to the past that no digital device or photograph could ever replicate. This coin also represents a connection between people, generations, and nations. For someone in your age group, it's not just about collecting, it's about reminiscing. It's about remembering a world that was different, yet somehow familiar. The 1982 5-cent Forster coin serves as a tangible memory of the era it was minted in, a piece of metal that carries with it the echoes of the past. And let's face it, there's something undeniably masculine about holding a coin that has endured the test of time, a small but solid reminder of resilience and history. Collectors often say that coins are like time machines. With one in your hand, you can travel back to a specific moment in history. You can imagine the bustling streets of 1980 South Africa, the markets, the conversations, and the daily life where this 5-cent coin changed hands countless times. You're not just holding a coin. You're holding experiences, stories, and moments that have shaped the course of history. And here's a little secret many collectors might not openly admit. Coins like this can sometimes be worth far more than anyone might guess. Condition, rarity, and historical significance all come together to create something that is both beautiful and valuable. And for those who have the patience to seek out coins like the 1982 Forster 5 cents, the reward can be astonishing. You are not just collecting a coin. You are collecting a piece of a legacy, one that could appreciate in ways you never imagined. Now, I know you've been waiting for the part you came here for, the value. After decades, this small, unassuming coin has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. Depending on its condition, provenance, and demand, the 1982 South African 5 cents Forster coin can command a value that far exceeds its original worth. Some examples in excellent, uncirculated condition have been known to sell for hundreds, and in rare cases, for a price that could surprise you. It's a reminder that sometimes the most unassuming objects carry the greatest treasures. So, if you ever come across one of these coins in an old drawer, a dusty collection, or tucked away among loose change, take a moment to appreciate it. Because what you're holding is more than just a coin. It's a story, a history, and yes, potentially a valuable asset that has stood the test of time. That's the magic of the 1982 5 cents Forster coin, small in size, but enormous in significance. And if you enjoyed exploring this little piece of history with me, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We dive deep into collectibles, rare coins, and hidden treasures that most people overlook. Trust me, your next discovery could be waiting just around the corner, and who knows, it might just be worth more than you ever imagined. So, remember, the next time you see a coin in your pocket or tucked away in a drawer, take a closer look. History has a funny way of hiding in plain sight, and sometimes it comes with a price tag that could make even the most seasoned collector's jaw drop. The 1982 South African 5 cents Forster coin is more than metal. It's a legacy, a collector's dream, and a story waiting to be told.